do you think that being an atheist, basically, if you're an atheist and then you're superstitious, do you think the two cancel each other out?
No.
I was about to say, because we spoke about this about ghosts a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Was that with Ellen and Neil?
Yeah.
We said about religion. If you don't believe in God, can you really believe in ghosts? Because the whole point of ghosts is someone who can't cross over to the other side.
Yeah.
And the other side is because of God. With superstitions, is it
That's
not the same thing?
bullshit.
Go on.
Religion or?
Well, sorry, but religion doesn't own the concept of death and the afterlife.
And that's what I said,
Exactly.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. Religion
Yeah,
doesn't own
bitch.
anything. Like someone said to me the other day, where'd you get your morals from if you're not religious? I was like, they didn't just come around. Before Moses, everyone wasn't just going, fuck her and fuck her and fuck her. That's not the way it works.
exactly.
People went, well, that would be a bit unbeneficial. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So you don't fucking own it, all right?
Jack did just say if no one ever taught him morals, he'd happily kill someone.
Right.
I didn't say happily.
No, you said in defence.
This was on the podcast with Brian. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't just say it. I said it weeks ago and we shot a separate episode on a separate day with Brian, okay?
I'm in the same t-shirt.
Yeah, you told me to bring a new fucking t-shirt.
He didn't tell
and you
me.
wearing the same ones.
I forgot.
Oh, great.
No, but this is what just to paraphrase. I said because they said if you didn't have any morals, would you just go around raping? I said no, but I might do a bit of murder. And the reason why, but the reason
I'm in
why
that boat as well, if I'm honest.
I was on the tube with Tobe Jizzle,
Yeah.
and this massive hench black geezer got on, and
Manny.
and he looked at myself and Toby, and he was mental. This guy,
Yeah.
like he wasn't all there, and he basically threatened to slit my throat. He was like, "You have stinky attitudes." But we were speaking about Toby's upload schedule, and he
And he went, I hate your uploads.
and he went, "You have stinky attitudes. I'm gonna slice your throat and leave you bleeding on hell's doorstep or heaven's doorstep or something." And I thought in that moment, I'm a goner.
Yeah.
Like Toby was really cool about it. I was like, "Oh, he lives in London. Like he knows his shit goes on."
He's got life insurance.
Yeah. I was petrified. And the reason I bring that up is because we were having a similar discussion with Brian, and I said, if there were no morals, I might have got in there before.
What, and just...
Well, if he brought it out.
It's what happened in the Wild West. Like,
Yeah,
it did happen,
yeah.
you know? Well, it's sort of a weird one because I don't know what's true and what isn't, is what I'm saying. So I'm sort of open-minded to the way that the world works. We had David Icke on the True Geordie podcast a few weeks ago. Great podcast. Go subscribe.
Probably
And-
a few weeks and a month ago now.
Yeah, fucking ages ago. I call a few weeks like a year. So we had him on, and he was saying how we all only see a very small band of light, and like the Queen can see more light than the rest of us.
Sorry, the Queen can.
Wait, what? And so, well, don't you know? And then, and how we can only see a part of the universe, and so we only go on what we can see and what we can hear and those kind of things.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's all experiential, but that affects the way that we form things in our mind, right? And if we could see more, we'd think differently, which is probably true.
Yeah.
And so, I just think, obviously, I don't want to limit myself, but at the same time, do I believe that if I do that when I go out and play football, is God helping me out?
No.
Probably not. Also,
No.
what annoys me about that is all these players like, oh, God bloody did that. What do the players on the other team think when he scored the goal? What does does the goalkeeper go, well, fuck, what were you doing for me? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Then when they equalise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then when he equalised, he's like, knew it.
I've never thought of it like that.
No.
But just to get a bit deeper, there was, and it is a horrible topic, but is that Jose Enrique? No,
Yeah.
the ex-Barcelona
Yes,
manager.
yeah.
His daughter tragically passed away recently,
sad, isn't it?
and loads of people were sending their prayers on Twitter in response, and it is kind of counterintuitive because it's like if God does everything, he's kind of at fault for that.
Yeah.
So you're just going to be messaging him with your prayer,
Yeah.
telling him about what he's just done.
Yeah, he goes,
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
But that's when
yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
That's when they go, yeah, but he needed another angel up in heaven.
Yeah.
You got to think about these things.
But you see, that's what annoys me.
But there's
right?
more
No
so-
logic. It lacks logic.
More people have now. Well, this is such an obvious fact.
Are you going to say more people have died?
than there are
But that-
living now.
Yeah, but
So-
a lot of them have gone the other way.
Yeah, true.
I assume based on that you don't have superstitions.
I don't, but this is why I say I kind of do.
I was going to say, as a gambling man, I guarantee your brain goes,
Yeah.
I bet on the 56th minute last game. Actually, no, you always say to me, whenever you bet on a football game in a specific pub, it always comes in. So you like to bet when you go to that pub.
Yeah, but so I do have superstitions, but that's why I say it contradicts my beliefs, because I didn't know if, obviously I agree with what you said, but I didn't know if you can have the two.
Of course you can. But you see, for me, it's the psychological effect of the superstition. So even if the superstition doesn't exist, just by talking about it, you're giving it some sort of weight in your life. So for me, it's not about the magic of it. It's like humans are highly suggestible. So as soon as you're told something anyway, you're likely to believe in that way.
Right.
Even if you try not to.
Yeah.
And then you watch the Halloween film or whatever it is, and the skeptic always dies. So I don't want to be openly skeptical, because in many ways I'm being superstitious. If I'm openly skeptical, I'm almost attracting the murderer.
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, it's like people say if you walk under a ladder, it's bad luck. But the reason that's then bad luck is because, you've done it. Your mind then goes, I'm going to have a bad day. You look for bad things to happen.
Yeah,
Same as Friday the 13th happens. You go, oh, that happened. Classic Friday the 13th.
Do you walk over the
three drains?
Oh, I do. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, what's the logic behind that?
I know.
Because what annoys me is we're doing all these ancient, it's been around for centuries. Drains haven't been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
So where's that fucking superstition come from?
Did you ever have it as a
Absolutely.
kid that if you walked over 3, you had to spit on the last one, and then you didn't have the superstition?
think
No, I had
disgusting.
an ex-girlfriend that did, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't like spitting in the street. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I just walked over 3. No, you spat on the fucking floor.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
thing.
she also used to get a Fisher Phillip from McDonald's, you know what I mean? She didn't last very long. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, She's dated Kanye West later. She influenced Paris.
No, I think I do have superstitions, because I am not obsessed, but I have a lucky number that I always use in every kind of context.
Can we hear it? Or
13,
brilliant.
which goes against the grain.
Because in other societies it is lucky.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right. 13, I always bet on roulette. 13.
I hate your luck with 13. It bothers me.
It always seems to come in when I bet on it on the roulette table. Like,
What? Always.
strange amount.
Yeah.
Way more than 37 to 1, whatever
Yeah.
the actual odds of a roulette table. Like, stupidly more.
Yeah.
He'll literally just walk up to a roulette table, first number, 5 on it, won 180 quid.
I mean, if I've done that 10 times in my life, I reckon it's come in 6 times, and that's mental. Like, the odds of that
50%. That's still quite a lot more than you
of
expect.
a 36 to 1,
Yeah.
37 to
Yeah.
1
you've got
shot.
you've got like 3% chance of that actually happening.
Yeah, plus I based it on my first ever England top when I was a kid. I got 13 on the back.
Who was number 13?
Yeah.
No one.
Oh, you had
Right.
D.
Yeah, I was very Jack, mate, even then.
Brilliant. That was so good.
My sister was born on the 13th, which would kind of make me want to go for a different number. And then one night I had West Ham wallpaper. Not just one night. It'd be weird to just put it up for one night. But,
You're done. Fucking take that down.
but I was really good at it.
Yeah.
I was 9.
Yeah, all right, Mum. Yeah. Up the next set goes.
I'm doing the Artex in
Yeah.
tomorrow. But it just said West Ham United loads of times all the way around the room. And I just started counting the letters. And I was like, it's definitely going to be 13. I just knew from straight
Was
away.
it?
I think it is.
But West
Yeah.
Ham United?
Yeah.
I like how we're just going, yeah, no.
Or West Ham Untied if I'd have got that tattoo. Oh, Laurence.
No, isn't it
12?
like, isn't it like yeah?
No, 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 my whole don't.
WESTHAMUNIT.
Oh,
creepy! What are the chances?
Happy
High when you're spelling
Halloween.
words. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm kind of superstitious, but
Right.
then I also used to suffer from OCD quite badly.
I had this. How did you solve yours?
I actually can't remember.
You'd
but-
only do things 13 times and then it'd be fine.
Yeah.
That is fucking crippling.
Oh mate, honestly, I told this in a podcast the other week.
Yeah.
My granddad got ill one day, so I kissed a picture of him that was on my wall, and then I did it 13 times,
Right.
and then I would have to do that every single night, otherwise my brain told me something was going to happen.
Yeah.
But then it got bad. I didn't tell this one on the other pod, so I'll tell it now. I don't think I've ever believed in a god, right? But when I was a kid, I made up a prayer in my head because I was so scared of the idea of my family members dying. I made up a prayer and I memorized it word for word, and I had to say it in my head 3 times. And if in my head I said one of the words wrong, I would have to redo it and do it again.
Yeah.
That's mental. Well, I hate using that adjective in that context, but that's
It is,
crazy,
though.
right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Is like every human is suggestible and superstitious, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's your own version of it.
Yeah. So,
And-
so the two are related, right?
Yeah,
Are they
I
the
think
same?
so. Yeah. And you're more. They talk about like attracting positive energy and things like that. I don't think you attract. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe I don't know. But like, basically, if you speak in a positive way, then you're more likely to correlate things positively. And if you speak in a negative way, you're more likely to correlate things
I
negatively.
think Will Smith's got a class quote where it's like, though the man that says he can and the man that says he can't are normally both right.
Yeah.
So it's like the more positive you are, the more positive outcome.
Yeah.
Negative. Yeah.